Hi everybody, happy Thursday. I'm back with another brand new book to share, and this book is The Mouse Who Ate Books. It's written by Jose Carlos Andre, and it's published by Nube Ocho Books, and we want to thank them for allowing us to share this book with you today. So, are you ready to find out what this book is all about? Let's get started. The Mouse Who Ate Books. Klaus was a teeny tiny, big-eared, stubby-legged, short-whiskered mouse. He ate lots of cheese sandwiches on bread and bread sandwiches on cheese, but no matter how much he ate, his stomach always felt empty. Was this what people called hunger? One day he set off in search of more food to eat. He stopped at a fruit store and tried some apples and grapes. He liked them. Do you like them? Next, he came to the fishmonger's, which was the cat's favorite, and there he sampled trout and salmon and other fish, which was the bear's favorite. Everything was delicious, but he still had a hollow feeling deep inside his belly. Was this hunger? Then Klaus stumbled across a bookstore. I wonder what they have to eat here, he thought to himself. He scurried inside and he heard someone saying, if I don't start selling some books soon, I may as well let the mice eat them all. This convinced Klaus he should try some. He began by taking a few little nibbles out of some picture books. They tasted like Bluebeards, Green Pixies, and Red Riding Hoods. They were so yummy. Do you see the pictures? Do you see the Red Riding Hood? Next, he tried some with lots of words. These ones tasted like adventures, pirate ships, and hidden treasures, and they were delicious. For the first time in his life, he felt truly full, and he fell happily asleep. Do you see the pictures? When he woke up, he saw two enormous bespectacled eyes staring back at him. You don't have to eat the books. I can read them to you until you know how, the bookstore owner told him. Klaus was a little frightened at first, but then he saw in those eyes there were thousands more adventures and new worlds to discover. Do you like being read to? They shared a piece of bread with cheese, and then a piece of cheese with bread, and then they came to an agreement. Klaus would lend a hand at the bookstore, and in exchange, she would read him stories, tales, and adventures. That sounds like a really good deal, doesn't it? That night, the bookstore owner read him a story about a piper who was followed everywhere. He went by crowds of rats and children. The little mouse liked this story a lot, and it gave him a great idea. Klaus scampered off to find his friend Johann Strauss the mouse, who was a great musician, and he told him his plan. What do you think they're going to do? The next morning, Johann Strauss the mouse came striding toward the bookstore, playing a tune on a bamboo flute. Dozens of girls and boys and mice and other animals were following him. Do you see them? Do you see them all following? Where do you think they're going? Moments later, the bookstore owner and Klaus were busy handing out books and recommendations right, left, and center. And that night, the bookstore owner read story after story to all the dozens of girls and boys and mice and other animals. Until that day, they had all felt the same unfillable emptiness as Klaus had. But now they all understood. They were hungry for stories. In the evening, when Klaus and the bookstore owner were alone, she asked him, so you lured them here, just like the Pied Piper of Hamelin? The mouse winked at her, cracked open a book, and began reading aloud. Once upon a time. He no longer felt any hollowness inside, because he was full to bursting with stories, tales, and adventures, and he never felt hungry again. The end. So, what are your favorite types of books to read? And if you'd like some great book recommendations, come in and visit me at the library. I love to give you suggestions on the next books to read. I will be back next week with another brand new story to share. So until then, everybody have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye for now.